tools: crocodile clips, hair ties, my spray bottle with warm water, and the product I'll be using is the Main Choice Heavenly Halo Herbal Hair Tonic and Soy Milk Deep Hydration Pre-Poo. Helps to support natural growth and retention. For those of you who are new, I use a spray bottle with warm water because the warm water will help to open up my cuticles so they'll be ready to receive product. Now, I need to section my hair before I get started into putting in products or anything like that. I section it. So here I'm gonna go in to section the hair. Now what happens is, as you saw right there, my hair would not separate there, and it could either be like knotted, tangled on each other. So I go and I try to do another section. Now these sections aren't going to be perfect, but you're just trying to section your hair where it will allow you to section it. And sometimes you have to just go back in a few times to see where you can section it. Now as you're going through, there are some hairs that are going to be together, and some of them you can actually pull apart. So the ones that you can pull apart, then you can pull apart and keep going so that you can make that have that parting for the section. But for the ones that you can't, and like they might be knots or tangles that just won't come out by you trying to naturally separate it, as I was doing, then you want to just go for another section and leave that alone until you can get to it when you're actually putting in your product. So on this side, you're going to see me trying it again, trying to get through. It seems like I got all the way through, but at the bottom there seems like there was a knot or a snag, and you know, it's not working out. So now I'm going to start from the top again, try to resection the hair, and just continue doing the same thing I explained. You know, try to separate the hair where it can separate, where it wants to separate, and it'll separate smoothly. But if you know the hair isn't doing that, and I'm coming upon like some knots or hair that's tangled where I can't take it out like this with my hands without like possibly popping or like tearing out my hair, then I just try to find another section where there are some strands that will. And after that, I just section up the hair as you saw. Okay, so see, now I got all the way through and I'm section up the hair. So most of the hair is detangled at this point. It's just this front part, and so I'm going to show you guys the front part and what do I do. So you already seen how I get my hair into sections. Now you're going to see how I actually apply the products and what do I do further to actually fully detangle and get it into those juicy twists that you see over there on the other side of my head. All right, so I was showing you the ends of my hair and still showing you here. This is from my old 3-strand twist. I'll have that video linked up in the cards, the playlist, so you can see part 1 and part 2 how to do the 3-strand twist. But this hair is the old 3-strand twist hair. So as you see, on the ends it's a little twirled, and that's from the twist. So I'm separating that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first go in and separate out those twists that are clearly there that you can see on my hair, and you see how I'm separating it all the way into that, and it separated into a couple little strands and just took out that twist. That's what I'm going to be doing first. So I'm showing you again here. See how it looks all curled and twisted together. I'm like basically unwinding it on my hand and then separating them apart, and showing you here again, unwinding and just splitting it. I'm going to continue to do that for this whole section, and I will talk further once all of it has been finished. now that I've finished taking out those twists on the ends, my hair is sectioned. And I'm going to spray the water on my hair. I'm gonna dampen my hair with the water, so I'm gonna work it in, spray it, rub it in, definitely try to get it into my hair so my hair is damp, so that it'll be ready to have the pre-poo put on it. So now I'm going to be putting the product on and, you know, just work it in there. And I always will put extra on my ends. You'll probably see me do that, and just slowly start to separate and finger detangle once I feel that the hair is thoroughly saturated with the product, so that it can give me slip and everything, and I can be able to separate my hair and detangle. And I'm also definitely putting it on the roots as well to get all of that. It's just gonna get to all the hair, okay? And the difference is too, if you, let's say you didn't want to spray the water in your hair, you want to put on dry hair, you would probably end up using more product by putting it on dry hair, because you're gonna keep putting in product until you try to like feel that slip, and you're probably gonna keep piling it on until you're like trying to get it to really penetrate in, when putting the water on, the warm water on initially, will help with that process. It'll help to open for your hair to receive it. So this is why I always like to do that before putting products on. So here now I'm actually, you know, detangling, going through my hairs. When I have knots, I'd slowly start to separate it and now nitpick and like take pieces out until like, and smooth out the knot until it melts away, because you can like pull the pieces apart or the strands of hair apart, and then usually the knot goes away. Sometimes it gets to the point where it gets to this small little tiny knot, and like I pull all the pieces apart that I could, and then it's like the two last strands, and usually maybe one comes out and then the knot's still on one of them or something like that. And I would recommend you have like a hair shears where you can cut the little knot off, but if not, like sometimes I do pop them off, and that's not really the best way to go about it. So you don't really want to do that. Sometimes, like, you know, when you have products and you put the products on and everything, if it still like feels like it got a little stiff, then you can always spray the water to help to everything to distribute a little bit more. It was distributing for me before because I initially had put the water on, but you know, sometimes with putting the products on again, you can still probably get to the point where it does feel like you need a little more slip, and you can always use your water, spray the water a little bit, get a little bit more saturated again, and the water will help the product to distribute a little even. So I'm finger detangling, raking my hands through, making sure that I don't have any knots and I can glide my hands through my hair, and just making sure that everything is detangled and thoroughly saturated with the product and everything. So at this point, you know, when you're detangling, you don't have to use your fingers. If you have a Felicia Leatherwood, a Demon brush, a Tangle Teaser, a wide tooth comb, whatever you use, you can use that. So you'd be using that to detangle your hair, and you know, you work from the bottom going up. If working from the top going down works for you, then it works for you. You know, if you do it from the top going down, try it doing from the bottom going up and see which one works better for you. Which one do you get maybe less tangles or less that you have as you're going through it, or which one is faster for you as you're detangling, so you can make the best decision. So just to tell you guys what I do going forward with the twists, I leave the twists in overnight, and then the next morning I will go to wash my hair. But let's say it might be 2 days later and then I wash my hair, that could be a possibility. but probably seldomly, like more times than not, it's always the next day I'm washing my hair. The main points of this pre-poo claims to gently melt away tangles and softens hair, reduce moisture loss, restore hydration levels in dry, thirsty hair, helps to minimize breakage and shedding, restores natural luster and shine. So I do believe that this lives up to the moisture. Moisture. When I tell you that this is very moisturizing to my strands, and especially when you are doing a pre-poo to detangle your hair is dry, you know, and you definitely need something that's gonna moisturize it. And this is very moisturizing. I didn't have a lot of shedding or anything like that, or really like breakage or anything. Like, it gives me a lot of slip so that I can like melt my tangles. I can go through my hair and like rake through the hair and slowly separate the tangles and some of the knots, be able to like get everything out where it's not like a knot that's left. So in that sense, I guess I wouldn't have had as much breakage because of all the slip and everything that I get from it to help me to detangle. The shedding, in terms of that, like, I don't know if it's not much shedding because of this product particularly, or it's just that I just didn't have a lot of shedding. So you just have to, like, that I think you would have to track and see, like, when you don't use the product versus when you do use the product, how much shedding do you have. And I always use some sort of product for me detangling before I go to wash my hair, whether it's a product that does state pre-poo, or a conditioning product, or a product that says it's for detangling, you know. So I'm not too sure about it minimizing shedding. The consistency is creamy, so it is a creamy consistency, and it does kind of have like a, as I can describe it, it's like you smell some sort of like perfume mixed with like a milky kind of scent. So that's the best way I can describe it. And it does smell a little bit like oils. So that's how it smells to me, but it's not anything that's too strong, overpowering, or nauseating. So I think that it'll be fine for the purpose that you're going to use it for, which is pre-pooing. And I definitely think it is a good product to try out. I like it. I've used it 2 times. I've used it in total, and I still have a little bit left, but the little that I have left is like maybe a third left, and so I'd have to get another one if I'm going to use it for a third time. My hair is longer, so if your hair is shorter, you probably would get a lot more uses out of it, and I do think this product would be a good product to have in your arsenal. I would like to know if you guys have tried this pre-poo before. If you have, did you like it? Did you get enough slip? Was there a problem where you put it on the dry hair and it just was not like giving you any slip, wasn't budging, wasn't moving? If so, I would encourage you guys to try it the way that I do it. But let me know, like, if that was an issue or something, or as to why maybe it didn't work for you, possibly, or you just didn't like it, your hair just didn't like it. And also let me know, are there what other pre-poos you guys do use if you don't use this one, and if you'd like me to have a video on some more like detangling, and I can show you guys other pre-poos that I use, because this isn't the only one, or what I use to basically detangle my hair before I shampoo it. I can show you guys that if you're interested. And if you've gotten value out of this video, share this with your friends and family. They will definitely get value out of it if you have. And we just want to share all the love and the knowledge, right? You know, the purpose is like you guys to learn so that you can grow your hair to longer lengths. And I'm sure you'd want your friends and family to also be able to grow their hair to longer lengths as well. All right, so subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of my future video uploads. You won't miss out on any of my videos that I have to come up. I'm so excited for some of these other videos that I will be posting. I've already had them recorded, and I'm sure you guys will be excited as well. So again, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on those. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.